Welcome to the Cantina of Comics.
Today we're going to show you how to make Dagobar Dirtsliders.
And we're getting the band back together as we check out some bounty hunters. Welcome to the Cantina of Comics. I'm Matt.
And I'm Kristi.
Okay, so we're set up to make some Dagobar Dirtsliders. Now, you can call them Dagoba, you can call them Dagoba, but don't call them boring because these are going to be delicious. What do we need to make these?
Well, as you can see, we need some ice. We have some milk, vanilla ice cream, and instant espresso. Okay. And some Nutella.
All right. Now, some people like their ice cream on the light side. Some people like their ice cream on the dark side.
Oh, so funny. All right, so we're going to start with, it says 6 ice cubes, but I'm going to do 12 because these are small.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not going to count. Never mind.
There you go.
12.
Some ice cubes. Very precise.
Then about a little bit over a cup of milk.
Okay.
We're using non-fat because that's what we have to go with our light ice cream.
Yes.
All right, and then we need 4 teaspoons of this instant espresso powder.
All right.
And we like coffee at our house.
Absolutely, anything you can put coffee into is just fine by me.
All right, so there's that, and then we need 2/3 cup of this Nutella spread. Now, I have never had Nutella spread, have you?
It's a hazelnut, it's delicious, and it can become easily addictable.
Addictable? Okay,
all right, I'll hold that for you.
That helps, thank
you.
All right, this stuff is sticky.
Nice.
It's gonna be
And I would say,
good.
we're talking about, precise measurements. No, go ham on this. This is delicious stuff.
1 in here.
Okay. Now, what we're making today is virgin or non-alcoholic, but you can, just throw in your favorite, I guess you say favorite.
It's vodka.
Favorite vodka. I was gonna say maybe try some rum in it.
That would be really
Kahlua.
Good. Kahlua would be amazing.
Okay, let's go with Kahlua.
All right, next time.
Next time, yes.
Yes.
All right.
This will be a great cold summer treat to have with your kids, especially where it's not alcoholic.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
So
did
we got
that.
the Nutella.
Now we just need the ice cream, and it's
All right.
1.5 cups of ice cream.
1.5 cups. Let's see if we can just.
Ooh, look at that. Nice and soft.
That look like 1.5?
Oh, sure.
Looks like 1 cup.
No, this is a half a cup.
Oh, that's a half cup. Okay. So we'll load that in. We'll get another scoop here.
Am I allowed to lick my fingers?
Sure, why not? And maybe just a little bit more.
Okay.
All right. There you go. Get some on the side.
It's frozen to the side. All right. Okay, so this is a Ninja, y'all, so it's going to be a little loud.
All right. So
you ready?
I'll always make sure to put the lid on, too.
Yep.
Important safety tip. I know.
All right, here we go.
All right, ready?
Plugged
3, 2, 1, blast off. Cool.
All right, you ready to pour?
Yes, absolutely. All right, here's 1.
Whoa.
Whoa! All right, that's pretty generous, isn't it?
So maybe a little bit less milk.
Okay. So it needs to be a little bit firmer than that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I've never made these before, so maybe this is exactly the way it's supposed to be. All right, you ready to try it?
Okay, let's try this. This is the Dagobar Dirtslider. I'm sure it tastes a lot better than what you'd find on the mud planet, jungle planet of Dagobar.
Ready?
So here we go.
Dang, that's not too bad.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so I'm tasting a lot of different things there. You got the hazelnut, you got the Nutella.
Espresso.
You can really taste the espresso.
I'd put more espresso in it, of course.
Yes, you would. You can never have enough espresso. Okay, that's pretty good.
That is good.
And that is a Dagobar Dirtslider. Very cool. Quick question for you. Do you know what Kermit the Frog would say if Luke Skywalker met him on Dagobar?
No. I don't know.
Being green, easy it is not.
I was going to ask you, what kind of a character would I find on Dagobar?
What kind?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm sure Luke or Yoda would enjoy a Dagobar Dirtslider. All right, so that's going to be it for the mix-in. We're going to talk Star Wars Bounty Hunters coming up next. And welcome back to the Cantina of Comics. Today we're talking about Bounty Hunters number 3. And this is a series that was introduced by Marvel about, it seems like 10 years ago, just because it's taken so long for these issues to get out. Thank you, pandemic. So here we have a little bit of background on it. Back in the day, a group of bounty hunters ran around together, and there was Bosk, Boba Fett, Nagano Lash, and Valance. And a job went south, and they all blamed Nagano Lash for going south on this mission. And so Nagano Lash has been in hiding all these many years. We pick up just a little bit after the Battle of Hoth. In fact, in the very first issue, it shows exactly where we are in the timeline with the shot of Boba Fett's ship with Han Solo in carbonite inside the ship. And rather than go back to Jabba's palace to return his bounty, he gets information that Nagano Lash has surfaced, and so now Boba Fett and the rest of the crew are racing to try and find Nagano Lash to settle the score. So here in issue 3, it is written by Ethan Sachs. We have pencils by Paolo Villanelli, and as you see on the cover, Lee Bermejo did the cover for the regular edition, with Chris Sprouse doing the special edition chronicling the stories of Empire Strikes Back for the 40th anniversary of Empire. So issue number 3, we have surfaced. Things are starting to come together a little bit as the bounty hunters who were once separate are now following different leads to try and find Nagano Lash first, because each one has their own reason for taking Nagano Lash out. And in issue number 3, Valance, who's now been canonized by Marvel, if you remember way back in the day during the old Marvel Star Wars in the late 70s and early 80s, they had a bounty hunter called Valance who back then in the expanded universe, or I guess you say the Legends, was not canon. All the different bounty hunters are coming together. We have in this issue number 3, we have Bosk and Valance going head to head trying to get the location of Nagano Lash. Now, when this series was set up, it's a great tale about bounty hunters, and there's a segment of the Star Wars population who are Boba Fett fans, myself included, who really wanted this to be about Boba Fett, but it is not. It's more Valance's story than it is Boba Fett's. In fact, out of the 60 pages so far in the series, there's only 9 pages with Boba Fett in it. You're thinking that this is a Boba Fett series. It is not. It is just a little more rounded than just a Boba Fett-centric story. So we do have the story focusing on Valance and Bosk in this issue as they go head to head. Now, the penciler for this series, Paolo Villanelli, has a very unique, of course, style. It's very kinetic, very frantic, and it has a lot of action going on. So, Paolo handles the action pretty well. It's Ethan on the other side for the writing part of it. It's a little disjointed because you're talking back in time and he's trying to explain what happened back on that mission, trying to fast forward to the current time, going back and forth, and there's a lot of characters. I mean, I haven't even scratched the surface as to how, all the characters that are involved, all trying to find Nagano Lash. But Paolo in each issue has a nice little one-page splash page, and being a Boba Fett fan, in issue 1 and issue 2, there's a nice Boba Fett splash page. In issue 3, which Boba Fett isn't in it at all, has a nice splash page of Bosk and Valance. If you want to talk about what you think, we'd love to hear what you think about the Bounty Hunter series going on, and you can do that on the Utini Discord page. Just head over to Discord and then look up Utini. And then be sure to join us for all the different conversations going on Discord. Now let's go ahead and look ahead to what's coming up. Yay, another new release. It's about time. They're coming, slow drip coming, but Dr. Aphra Volume 2, Issue 2 will be coming out. That'll be hitting stores on July the 22nd, and we'll be talking about that as well. Okay, that's going to do it for this episode of Cantina of Comics. These are, they're so crunchy because they got the ice in it. Those are really delicious. Hey, don't forget, you can watch all the Cantina of Comics episode. Just go to utini.com and you can watch all the Utini videos that are there. They've got book reviews, lots of cool stuff going up on the site right now. So be sure to join them. And don't forget to get, don't forget to get your utini.com merch. So just go to utini.com/merch. You're not going to be able to get this anymore because this has been retired. So this is kind of like a Utini exclusive. It's from the Living Force podcast with Dr. Charles, Dr. Corey, Eric Eilerson, Wes Jenkins. So be sure to tune into that for the Living Force podcast. But there are new Utini merch going on there, so be sure to get that. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time when we go back to the Cantina of Comics.